Oh, yeah. All right. What the heck? Moment of truth. Good morning. We just got back from picking up 600 pounds of concrete. And I'm finally going to take care of the problem I've been having when I go to lift extremely heavy objects and I keep tilting my tractor forward and the rear wheels keep coming off the ground. And it's getting a little old. We're going to take care of that today. And I do actually have the means to lift these giant pieces of, whether it's firewood or dirt or whatever it is, but it's with using the backhoe attached to the tractor. I purchased the tractor with the backhoe. It came attached and I left it on for a very, very long time and it worked great. I picked up tons of stuff, but it is very long. It adds like another 6 or 7 feet on the backside of the tractor. So I'm trying to maneuver around, especially in the woods. It shrinks my turning capabilities a lot. And I was hitting trees. It just does not work the way I wanted it to. And then when I do disconnect it, it doesn't give me the right ballast to be able to do some of the stuff that I want to get done. So we're gonna go snag our 600 pounds of concrete, bring it up to the barn, and we're gonna tackle that problem here today. The maximum poundage for this cargo box is 500 pounds. So we're gonna be pushing the limits a little bit, add an extra 100 pounds in there. But I know I've put well over 500 pounds in the back of this thing in the past. One more way up there. There we go, 600 pounds. And all that concrete is going to go into a ballast box that I just received 3 days ago. And I know there's options to fill these things because it also has the little door on the front, so you can actually fill it full of dirt or sand, lift the door, and you can dump it, rock, whatever you want to do, or change the weight. But I feel like there's no need for me to ever change the weight. I want this thing to be just about as heavy as I could possibly make it. And that's what the concrete's for. I'm going to put all the concrete in there, and it's going to be permanently set up with however much poundage this all equates to when we are done. So what I did when I got it the first day is I actually went and opened up this door, and I put a bead of silicone inside the track, and I slid it back down, placed a couple wedges in here, and now this whole thing is sealed up around here just to make sure no moisture or any of the water or the concrete gets slipping out, because this bottom pops out. When this gap is closed and all the pressure on the door is pushed this direction, the gap down at the bottom was almost 1/4 of an inch. I felt like that was gonna be a little bit too much to try to hold back concrete and water and all that kind of stuff. So we sealed it up. It is good. Today we're gonna do the dump. I thought about mixing it all up inside of that box, but I kind of thought I wouldn't be able to get to the corners very well and get it mixed up thoroughly, so I might just do a bucket at a time. I do have a drill and this big old auger that we can use to mix it up in the bucket really well. I got water right here too, so a few bucket loads should go fairly smooth. What you got? You need water for it? Okay. What do you got going on? Come here, buddy. You gonna fill it up? Okay. Wait, that's a little tiny cup. That's silly. Ready? And that one doesn't have a hole in it. There we go. It's filled. That's pretty silly. There's no hole in that one, buddy. You can't put no water in that one, buddy. Oh, here, take it with you. Take it back to Lisi. Thank you. All right. Okay, watch out, it might splatter. There we go. Into the bucket. Whoa. Uh-oh. Look at that thing. It's smoking. No, this thing. I think we're working it pretty hard. Oh, yeah. All right.
You're done. Right? Yeah, you're definitely done. That's way too much. You have to find different too.
All right, well, the drill seems to not be keeping up. It was sparking. It actually is still smoking, and it smells like burnt plastic. So I'm gonna have to revert to a giant metal stick, and we'll make that work for the rest of the bags. All right, we're about halfway done. And I'd say, yeah, I mean, it's about to the top of this door, roughly. And we have used exactly half of the concrete. So we're getting really close to getting all 10 bags in, which then would be a total of 600 pounds of concrete itself. So now I did notice there is some moisture coming out on both sides. I think what it is when they welded this together on the bottom, it's not a continuous weld, so there's small little gaps, which is letting some of the moisture out. I think it'll still be okay, but now if we get all 10 bags, each bag being 60 pounds, that's 600 pounds of just concrete, a finished concrete pour per bag, it'll hold and retain like 2 to 5 pounds of water per bag-ish. So if we go on the low end and go just 2 pounds, because a lot of it will evaporate out, that'll give us an extra 20 pounds. That puts us right about 620 pounds, plus the box itself. This thing weighs 106 pounds. So altogether, this thing could potentially weigh 726 pounds. Now, compared to my backhoe that I've been using since I've got the tractor, the backhoe itself weighs 880 pounds, so we're not too far off. 725 to 880. Now, the box can hold, I believe, 11 full bags, so we could get close to the 800-pound mark, but I'm going with 10 bags because I'm thinking I want the layer of concrete to be a little bit lower inside here, so I can utilize the top portion of this for a little bit of storage, whether I need to just toss some nuts and bolts in here or a chain, and then I'll have the lip around here to kind of help hold everything in, and it'll be kind of my little toolbox when I need it. So I'm going to sacrifice a little bit of weight for some extra storage. Hope it all works out, and we'll see if we can, still lift some big, heavy things. But 5 bags to go. Well, as you can see, we're actually almost full, and I'm halfway done with my 9th bag. So there's no way we're getting 10 bags into the bottom of this thing. And I know I thought about leaving a big lip to hold stuff, but now that I'm running low on weight, which is ultimately what I need this to be weighted down. I think I'm gonna go ahead and still top this off and see if I can't get the rest of this bag in here so we can get at least an even 9 bags in there, and it'll still get us a pretty good amount of weight. So we're gonna mix up this last little bit and see if we can get it fit in there. All right, we are plumb full. We ended up with 9 full bags at 60 pounds per bag. That's right about 540 pounds plus the 106 pounds for the box itself. So we're right at 646 pounds plus a few pounds for the water that's still gonna exist. So we can basically say we're gonna hit 650 pounds. So we're gonna have a 650 pound ballast box for the tractor. Now we're not going to end the video here today. We're going to let this sit for a few days, harden up. We're going to come back out, hook it to the tractor. We're going to hit the woods, and we're going to see if we can move the giant log that darn near flipped the tractor over last time, and see if we can get that thing out of the woods. So we'll see you in a few days. Well, it has been 3 days since we poured all of our concrete. We're going to run to the barn, check, see how hard it is. I did sneak out later that evening of the pour, and the surface was getting just hard enough, and instead of leaving it kind of all rough and not touched, I ran a little broom over it just to give a little bit of texture, cleaned it up just a little bit. What the heck? The entire caster wheel fell off the side of that dolly. It bent. Wow. Concrete looks nice though. So there is our finished product. It looks not too bad. You can tell it's drying out. Still a little bit wet, I suppose. A little bit of moisture, but that's a huge chunk of concrete. But look at, there is the wheel. There's the bearings. Oh, there's the backside. Wow. So now my only problem is that needs to be moved out of the way. I mean, I guess I could pick it up with the grapple. No, I don't want to scratch it all up and get it too tore up right now, but I'm gonna see if I can somehow get it pushed from over there to over there out of the way. Then I can pull the tractor out and then somehow wheel it back out so that I can back up to it and hook it up to the tractor. So let's see if we can do this. All right, broken stuff. Let's see here. Oof. I'm afraid I'm gonna snap another caster off and it's gonna collapse. It slid on it too, so only this side sitting on it. Oh, yeah. I do have another small caster. I wonder if I could get this wedged under there it might give me oh, try that again. That almost worked. Wow, none of those casters want to move. I have a feeling I'm going to put too much pressure on the casters and snap them off some more. Oh, there we go. It's moving. Moving crooked, but it's moving. Okay, that might work. Okay, I think that's enough to get the tractor out anyway. Okay, now we got to get this thing slid back over here. Oh, that's not too bad. I think that other wheel is bent also, so it's stuck. I have a feeling it's going to give out here any second. Gosh darn. That's a 1,000-pound rated dolly too, supposedly. At this point, I think it might be easier for me just to move it while it's on the ground, maybe. All right, we're close now. Oh, there we go. All right, pin and pin. Not sure if I can extend that out far enough. All right, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna lift my lower arms up, try to get the dolly out from underneath there. Then I can set it back down flat, which then should bring this closer. So it's down and sitting there, but it's sitting up now. So if I pull forward, it should help pull this straight. So I'm gonna creep forward a tiny bit. There we go. Just like that. Now I should be able to hook this up. There we go. All right, moment of truth. There we go. We've got lift. I just gotta tighten these back up a little bit and we'll hit the woods. I'm just gonna adjust this a little bit. That's not too bad. All right, we're good. All right, let's go see what this 650-pound block of concrete can do. All right, here we are. The log that could not pick up last time. Came out here with the trailer, the side-by-side, the tractor, picked up a bunch of logs, bunch of debris. I knew this was gonna be questionable, and it was. It did not pick up at all. My back wheels are coming off the ground, so moment of truth. 650-pound ballast. See if we can get this thing picked off the ground. Did it! It actually holding really good. There's a slight bounce right at the beginning, but it feels good and stable. Yeah, it's working, that's for darn sure. But I didn't bring a trailer. I don't have any place specific I want to put this for. I'm going to drop it right here for now. But now I know I can come back at any time and pick it up. Oh, that's a good feeling. All right, 650-pound cement ballast box. It is working. It serves its purpose for what I've ran into so far. We'll see if I can ever get to a point where I'll need even more, but I think that's gonna handle everything I can throw at it, as long as I'm cutting the trees responsibly. Hope you enjoyed today's video. We'll see y'all next time. Later.